11 under par, Matt Fitzpatrick. He's in the final group. He will be there with, no surprise, Scottie Scheffler, because all Scottie does is put his name at or near the top of the leaderboard. A 64 on Saturday, his best round of the week. He leads this field, shock, in tee to green play for the week. He's number one off the tee. He's number one on approach. He's 28th in putting. And in fact, he was 7th in putting on Saturday. He spoke with, I think it was Amanda Renner after the round. Like the way he putted on Saturday, which as I mentioned, 2 strokes in the positive. But he also said he liked the way he putted on Friday, where he lost 3 strokes. And I'm like, I don't trust this guy one single bit, but he's at the top of the leaderboard.
I think he mentioned to Amanda he really liked the position where he was putting from today more. And
yes,
I guess which way you have to trick yourself into thinking that you're close, that you're a great putter. If that's the difference between
it's just a
losing 2 strokes on Friday,
it's made up narrative by the media,
a 4-stroke switch in the span of 24 hours. He thought he had a ton of left to right downhillers on Friday, and today he had a ton of right to left uphillers, and that was the main difference. But anytime you get Scottie Scheffler rolling the rock and holding putts with conviction, it's, we're beating the drum here again, beating a dead horse, where if Scottie putts, he's going to win.
Yeah.
But I think it would put a really nice bow if he's able to convert. You look at his profile versus Fitzpatrick. One is obviously much more steady, and it's Scheffler's, but it would be a really nice bow on a historic tee to green season that felt like he left so many trophies out there.
That's the thing. This has been literally a historic, unprecedented tee to green year, and will feel a bit lame, dull with 2 wins, which I know it shouldn't, because they're big wins and all that fun stuff. But that's what it'll feel like if he tacks on the BMW Championship and then parlays it to the Tour Championship. Not only will the bank account be a lot bigger, but it'll feel a lot better.
Yes, and I think it would also take the Player of the Year honors from Jon Rahm, who, I mean, we haven't even touched on. He's been an absolute ghost in the postseason thus far.
If you're 38th out of 50 or out of 49 going into the final round, you don't get first cut airtime.
Yeah, it's just been, very disappointing from the Spaniard. But for Scottie Scheffler, those 3 birdies to kick off his back 9, added 1 on the par 5, nearly added another 1 on 16. That was a tremendous putt as well that just burned the edge. And it feels like those putts that are burning the edge, half of them are kind of falling in at this point. And given how many looks he gets per round, which seems like 18, he has to be feeling good about himself and his new putter.
Let's look at the odds board for tomorrow. Scottie Scheffler, Matt Fitzpatrick, both 11 under. Brian Harman at 10. Max Homa alone at 9. Victor Hovland, Rory McIlroy at 8. Foursome at 7. Burns, McCarthy, Xander, Rose. Scottie Scheffler's plus 125. Matt Fitzpatrick 320. Harman 600. Homa 900. Rory 900. I would like to make the case for Brian Harman, and I don't think it's super unreasonable. He's 1 shot back. He's having a great year. He's having a great week. There is a realistic chance that Scottie Scheffler loses 2.5 strokes putting, and there's a realistic chance that Matt Fitzpatrick does not Houdini his way into a 66 again. Brian Harman has not done the one thing that he always does well, and if he plays out of like 10 fairways on Sunday, I think he has a good chance to win this.
I completely agree with your reasoning. I don't think you can look at Scottie, the putter. You got to make putts on Sunday. He hasn't been able to do that since the Players' Championship. Fitzpatrick, tee to green, is just unreliable at this moment, but I'm going to go a bit further down.
Do it.
And I think Rory McIlroy wins this golf tournament.
Wow.
Even though his minions came after me last week on Twitter and absolutely ratioed me into oblivion, I'm going to extend the olive branch here and say Rory McIlroy wins this golf tournament. It's the same logic with Harman, but he has so much more firepower, where Rory, if he hits 10 fairways, I think he is more than capable of catching these from 3 strokes back. And
Yeah.
if not him, then I would love to see Sam Burns or Denny McCarthy win, just to throw an absolute wrench into the U.S. Ryder Cup team.
Listen, I don't think you should be. I don't think you should be betting Scottie Scheffler at plus 125 on Saturday night. And I think that there is a pretty reasonable case, and something that we've seen countless times this year, that Scheffler and Fitzpatrick could struggle on Sunday. I don't think that's unreasonable, right? This is not, and I'm not breaking news here. So anybody else who has enough firepower to get to the top is pretty interesting. We've seen 260. We've seen a 62 each of the last 2 days. There's been 63, 64s, and 65s out there this week. I do not think the top of the board is safe necessarily.
I completely agree with you. And I think Victor's another one. He's pretty similar to Rory, and he's driving the golf ball better than Rory at the moment. And I mean, we saw him just win at another difficult golf course at Muirfield Village, where a lot of these players are comparing the greens to with the pitch and the slopes of them. So I think if they're able to feed off each other too, since I believe they are the third to last group, then I think honestly it'll be a lot of them on your TV tomorrow.